Welcome to a part 2 and 3 IELTS video on the topic of an interesting foreign person. Here we'll be exploring Band 9 answers to part 2 and 3 of this topic. Let's start with IELTS part 2 for an interesting foreign person. Here is the topic. Describe a foreign person who you think is interesting. You should say who he or she is, how do you know him or her, what kind of person is he or she, and explain why you think this foreign person is interesting. Remember in part 2 that you have 1 minute to prepare with notes and up to 2 minutes to talk about it. Now, let's look at the Band 9 response to this topic. I'd like to share with you my presentation about a foreign person who I really admire, especially because he is very interesting. He has appeared in many Hollywood blockbuster movies, including the successful Matrix and John Wick trilogies. His name is, if you haven't guessed it already, Keanu Reeves. This actor, despite having a Hawaiian first name, is a Canadian citizen, though, as far as I know, he resides in the United States. I've never met Keanu, but I've read a lot about him, and I've probably seen all of his movies, even some of his earlier, less known ones. When my friends and I went to see the last John Wick film, we were truly amazed by not only the action, but also by Keanu's acting. Besides seeing him on the big screen, I've seen him do some talk show interviews, which has given me a glimpse of his personal life. I found out that he is truly a remarkable person. I've discovered that he is a really down-to-earth and generous person. And unlike some major celebrities, he hasn't let fame change who he genuinely is. Off camera, he is known to help strangers, have conversations with homeless people, and take pay cuts to help ensure the success of his films. He doesn't live an extravagant life. In fact, he lives in a normal-sized house, and he has donated most of his earnings to various charities. I also find his image to be very cool as well. He loves driving motorcycles, and he is a fairly talented musician. Thank you. That's all I have to say. All right. Now let's focus on part 3 with 5 questions with Band 9 responses to them. Is having foreign friends a good way for people to get to know about other countries? I think that it might be one of the, if not the best ways to learn about foreign countries. I consider it very fortunate for people to experience friendships with foreigners. And overall, this experience should make better all-around people who are more open-minded. Although studying languages in textbooks is useful, talking to non-natives will probably develop a better sense of the lingo. Also, people are people. Stereotypes should fade, and barriers will eventually be removed with more and more intercultural communication. Notice the answer was developed more and more by using some of these expressions in the answer. Like, I think that might be, I consider it, is developing the answer even further, and overall is giving more details. Please try to do that to expand your answers. Next question. Should people study about the culture and language before visiting a foreign country? Personally, I think a little bit of cultural or linguistic knowledge will help to go a long way. Even if it's something as simple as saying hello or Thank you. It's amazing how much local people may react in enjoyment knowing that you took the time and effort to learn some of their language. This should help to make a foreign journey more pleasant and rewarding. And on top of the language, having some cultural tidbits may help to avoid unnecessary faux pas or misunderstandings, which do tend to happen from time to time. It's a good idea to learn some idioms to help to improve your lexical resource score. This is expected even in band 6, but especially more so for higher bands in 7, 8, and 9. 3. How might working for an international company be better than working for a local company? Well, considering that I've never worked for an international company, I'll just have to imagine what the differences may be. I've heard some people say that wages are higher at many international companies in my country. Increased opportunity for employees to travel and work abroad at foreign branches may be another advantage. Also, some Western international companies may provide friendlier work hours so staff don't feel overworked. That's what I'm guessing to be true, but I don't know for certain. So notice some of the memorized phrases here that sound more natural than other kinds of memorized phrases. You can use many of these phrases for some of the answers, but try not to repeat them more than once. 4. What skills should people have when working in an international company? Hmm. Taking into account that people may be working as part of a multinational team, foreign language skills and cultural sensitivity should be very important. Staff inside of international companies should be well versed in foreign practices and be able to communicate ideas effectively to a diverse range of colleagues. Therefore, I place diplomacy skills on top because of the importance of managing internal and external relationships. Notice that I did not repeat vocabulary and I used different items to represent similar things. So instead of saying people, 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 I used different items. Number 5, should international companies adapt or change their ways when opening a business in a new country? Ah, well, I'm not a business major, but it seems obvious to me that businesses will have to change their ways, especially when opening in a new foreign market. Tastes may be quite different from one region of the world to another. I've seen this while traveling overseas. KFC, for example, has different menus to cater to different nations' tastes in food. Another thing to think about is that the work culture and laws may be quite different, so a lot of research and change will likely be needed. You should also be careful of the tenses that you use when answering. Bands 6 and 5 normally just use present tense and past tense. 7, 8, and 9, they'll use a wide range of tenses, especially future tenses and past perfect future, for example. Okay. All right. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.